Ravens. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. It's Graham Gano to get this one started. Off we go here in Baltimore. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. He's got room to run right at the start. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
Quick throw there. That's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the receiver really didn't have much time to get himself open. So the incompletion brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Mixon. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Tackle there by Trenton Simpson. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. Out of a gun. It's Purdy. That's over the middle and intercepted. Pick off by Evan Williams. And the Ravens are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Williams. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Off the play fake, Purdy. Exiting the pocket right.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Purdy. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
The RPO, that one is complete. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Purdy. He's got his man. That's down. Down the left sideline. Wow, out of bounds. Inside the 10. It's 1st and goal.
56-yard gain on the play. And the Steelers, first down. 1st and goal, Pittsburgh.
Purdy. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. And in this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind him, forced the sack,
and he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A touchdown, lucky number 13 on the season.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Boswell now, following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Now return, coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Give them 14 on that play. One play, 1 first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
That's another Baltimore first down.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. This one not quite on target. Not him too much. That one falls incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. It's 2nd down.
Initially, a nice job by the receiver. He actually was open downfield. He was able to get behind the defense, but the window closed up so quickly they couldn't get the ball to him. Prevents the big play.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. He'll let this go deep for the end zone. That is hot. What a throw. touchdown, Baltimore. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Ravens will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
On first down, they'll start with Mixon. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second down and 5. Here's Purdy, making the read and keeping it. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line. Third down, Purdy. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. A gain of 11 on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Steelers.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. They've got it second down and 7. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mixon. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get about 5. From the 25, here's second down and 4.
Brings up second and 4.
On the handoff, it's Mixon. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he will score! Touchdown, Steelers.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix and run, mix and pass. Results in the touchdown pass. Really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. You can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's Williams on first and 10. He's going to look for the home run ball. And he's going to take this one all the way. 73 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. The extra point is good. And the Ravens will tie things up. We are all even at 14.
Set to kick off.
So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 31-yard line.
To throw on first down is Purdy. Pass right side to down. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Purdy now on second down. Going down the middle of the field, and he's got his tight end. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big-time play for Pittsburgh. 35 yards. First and 10 for Purdy. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Get set.
On the give, this is Mixon. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage.
That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Very good kickoff, returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Axel, what is it?
Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a first down.
That's good for a Baltimore first down. First and 10 at the 40.
Going on first down, it's Williams. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. What do the coaches say? Just play the next play. That's exactly what they did. There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Got his man. It's complete to Thomas. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with. Here's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. To throw, it's Williams. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That's going to be incomplete. coverage, very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down. Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a third down. Here's Williams. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Ravens. On is Luke to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Ravens will even the score. It's now 21 all. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
They're on 35-yard line.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's going to be intercepted.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto him. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
They run out of the gun with Benson. Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
Again, it's Benson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Williams. That is taken in left side by Thornton. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
At the 14-yard line.
Throwing is Williams. Push down to his left. Now he'll run. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline.
Initially, they do a really nice job taking away his 1st and 2nd read, but what they fail to do is account for him as a runner. He ends up making something positive out of a play that initially didn't look like it had much of a chance.
Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Williams. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. On 4th down, it's Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. His kick is good. And the Ravens will take a 21 lead.
Really impressive way to close out this first half. I mean, you think about it, Mike, they come away with points. They leave virtually no time remaining for their opponent to possess the ball. And on top of that, they get the ball first coming out of the break, so they'll get a chance here to double up points if they can have a good opening possession in the second half.
And he's going to take this all the way back. 81 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. You talk about a response. After the offense goes down the field and gets a touchdown, the special teams unit comes back to get the 6 right back for the other side.
And I've been there, Mike. You find yourself on offense. You watch your opponent go down and get a touchdown. And you're saying amongst each other, you're saying, hey, we're going to get the ball back. Let's go get one of our own. But in this case, the return unit says, no, offense, you stay on the sideline. We got this. And they go back and get a score of their own.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. Still going. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 74 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
They'll go play action here with Williams. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
Steelers 28.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment. Keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 7. They'll send Flowers in motion. On second down, Purdy. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Jalen Carter into double figures now. That is sack number 10 on the year.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
That is brought in. And he will dive into the end zone. 72 yards. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
35, Ravens 32.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This taken at the 5. Now an opening past the 30. A very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Now a shot here, deep middle. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
And some good blocking, springing him. A gain of 9 as we get to third down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
A gain there of 11. Good for a Raven first down.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Williams. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner, and next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
Now give up the middle, it's Benson. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Williams now to throw. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there. And they force fourth down.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on third down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up fourth down.
They're going for it. Here's Williams. Open man left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the fourth down conversion. Straight ahead. They go with Benson. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
He's got it inside the 5. To the goal line and in. Brian Thomas. Touchdown, Baltimore. And that is touchdown number 25 on the year. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ball.
And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The tight end motioning left here. He'll go play action. Purdy. He'll get that out to Mixon. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Tackle there by Trenton Simpson.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
3rd and short. Purdy. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Steelers first down. A gain of 12.
Here's Purdy.
First down, Steelers.
That one to the sideline and incomplete, and a penalty flag now comes in late. Maybe no receiver in the area on that one. Throwing on 2nd down is Purdy. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up.
3rd down.
From the gun, it's Purdy. Quick slant into the hands of the speedy Flowers. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 33, here's 2nd and 5.
Get set, 21, 18,
On play action, here's Purdy.
And this is one of the cases, Mike, where defenders, they get their eyes in the wrong spot. They call it eye discipline. He catches them looking elsewhere. It allows him to get upfield and make this 3rd down a lot more manageable.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
outside, 18, watch out.
Now Mixon. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Throwing from the gun is Purdy. That one underneath here to Mixon. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down.
Get set.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. And he will score again. Touchdown, Steelers. That touchdown number 3 for him in the game, and number 14 for the year. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, trying to kick it back the other way. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. First play of the drive, and here's Benson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball on the 35. Here comes a 2nd and 5. On the toss, they go with Benson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, Baltimore.
Well, it's pretty clear this offensive coordinator feels the vulnerability of this run defense is on the edges. They continue to get the ball out wide. They do it here with a nice toss play, and he's able to pick up good yardage.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning as they line up for 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 2nd and 6 coming up.
What is that?
He'll run. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense. At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Here comes 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Pass caught right side by Thornton. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 14.
A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Raven first down.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. Rushed to his left. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Now on second and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That will make third down a little more manageable. Good yardage gained on that one. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts. Clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. We'll see how they want to play this. It's third down. Here's Williams. Got his man at the 6. And he's going to take it into the end zone. It's a touchdown. There is a penalty marker down, but it looks like this one's going to hold up. Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Ravens have taken a 4-point advantage.
46. Steelers 42.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical third down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down. There's no punt. There's no kick. They've got to treat this like it's their final possession of the game, and they've got 2 downs to extend this drive.
What about this crowd getting even louder before 3rd and 10? One last shot now for Purdy. He's going to air this one out. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So it's a win here for the Ravens. They get the home victory here in the division in the first of their 2 scheduled matchups. Have a chance to go for the season sweep on the road later in the season. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Ravens are victorious as we say so long from Baltimore.
So is this nigga retarded, bro?
Raven Zombie.